Hello everyone, and welcome back to Umineko with John.
Hi, I'm John.
And
wait,
I'm...
No, wait.
Wait.
No, hi,
no.
I'm Matt. No, I'm not Matt.
No, this is all wrong. It's no goddamn good at all.
Oh, Beatrice!
Alright. Let's get this party started, huh?
Yeah. She probably wondered what the fuck were you saying?
Rosa finally arrived at the chapel.
This is one of my favorite scenes.
She pointed her gun around her, screaming the witch's name, but there was no way there would be an answer. After grimacing slightly, she noisily approached the table where her siblings' corpses were still exposed, and stretched out her arm towards the gold ingots. They were very, very heavy, but Rosa paid that no regard. She wrapped one of them up in a blanket and slung it over her shoulder. Is she really doing this right now?
She's running away with the gold ingot. How is she still alive?
She's really thinking about money at this point. Rosa did not part with her gun either, carrying the gold in addition to it. Her shoulders were screaming, but Rosa didn't care.
Is she carrying Mario too?
Probably not. You think that game volume can go down a little bit?
You want me to turn the game volume down?
Yeah, I think so. Just a little bit.
The audio or the game volume?
The game volume itself. Just like looking at the levels there.
Alright, let's see. The background music volume or the voice volume?
Probably the music and maybe the voice by one. Did it sound okay last time?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay. To the study?
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Hi there, corpse prop.
持てるものすべてを失う覚悟がなければ至ることもできぬキングがお前という女なのだ。
Oh right, they were playing chess, right? Finishing their game.
ベアトリーチ。
Why is everyone a fucking psycho in this game?
This guy's gonna die before he reaches his last name.
Oh.
Jessica's not a psycho. Shannon and Cannon aren't psychos.
That's true.
Yeah, there might be.
Maybe a little bit. But in a good way.
心地よし。実に優雅な夜だ。
Genji's like, dude, please.
Let me into the golden land already.
Oh boy.
もうか。早い。お前と過ごす夜はいつも早く。月がリンゴのように落ち、川面より跳ねる小魚のように日が昇るのだ。
Can we,
You're checking the epitaph?
Yes. What is it?
It's in tips. Sweetfish River.
Downstream in search of the key, Sweetfish River running through my beloved home of old.
I immediately thought of the epitaph when I saw that too.
Yeah.
But it says something about an apple, and that might just be Kinzo's figurative language.
I mean, that's what I'm more inclined to believe he's just being figurative, but also I kind of don't trust anything anymore.
Same.
You know?
Oh.
行こうではないか。時間だ。立て。バトル。
Battle.
Stand?
わらわの復活を祝う宴の始まりだ。わらわの新しい家具。いや、
My
玩
toy.
具として紹介しようぞ。俺キレキの魔女たち。
The witch was relaxing elegantly, her feet thrown out from the sofa and sitting on top of a footrest. However, the footrest wasn't a part of the sofa. It was human, which was down on all fours.
Battler of the footrest.
Oh my goodness.
主賓はお前だが、ホストは私だ。
This has turned into a bad fanfic written by Beatrice.
私は先に出てい
You
る。
know, you might not be wrong about that.
Well, I mean, we were talking about the different perspectives thing.
Yeah.
That's remained a current theme recently.
使いたい時にいつもおらん。
When I want to use her.
As furniture, of course.
つくづく使えんやつ。しかし、お前はよく残ってくれた。嬉しい。
What's the point of having furniture if you
我が
don't
友
use it?
よ。
It looks nice. It looks nice in your home.
ありがたいものです。
よい。二人とも先に下で待て。源氏、ご苦労。そのドレスはそこへ置いていけ。
かしこまりました。それでは親方さん。
我らは先に行こう。ベアトリーチェ。後ほどな。
Ginzo and Genji left the study. After that, only the witch and the dress and the furniture remained.
なぜわらわがそなたに肌を見せることを恥じぬかわかるか
Because you're furniture.
そなたは家
Nice.
具家
Karu.
具わかるか家具だよ家具家具に体をさらして恥じる者がどこにいようだからお前にわらわは恥じる必要がない
I'm never gonna look at furniture the same way again.
Nope. The witch stood up and removed her jacket just at the shoulders. The jacket slumped down at the back. When the furniture respectfully approached to pick up her clothing, the witch gave it a small kick and it fell over. The furniture was afraid of what misconduct it had shown.
そなたは家具の分際でわらわに自らボタンを外させるつもりなのか
Is she gonna...
Just
okay.
keep going.
立てそしてこのボタンを外す 一つずつ手早く美しく粗相なく
The fuck?
客人たちを待たせてしまうぞ早くわらわを着替えさせろ 丁寧に外すのだぞそなたの目玉一つよりも高価なボタンであるぞ間違ってちぎるようなことがあったなら代わりにそなたの目玉を縫い付けてやる
Who needs eyeballs anyways?
Yeah.
Back to Rosa?
Possibly?
Oh. Oh, what?
The entrance hall was bustling with a large number of figures, and it was sparkling gold with the gold butterflies flying around. The gentlemen in suits and tuxedos and the ladies in dresses looked like they were having a great number of friendly chats.
What the hell is going on here?
At a glance, it might have looked like a fabulous medieval ball. But they all had one thing in common, and that thing was exceedingly bizarre. Are those all the witches? Because all of them had goat heads. Goats make good eating. It was impossible to tell whether it was a goat mask masquerade, or whether they really had goat heads. The latter was a ridiculous notion, but in this bizarre world there were serious doubt about which was true. Kinzo was amongst those goat nobles, greeting them. Goat nobles! Every one of them seemed to be an honored guest, and Kinzo greeted them more respectfully than could ever have been imagined from his normal demeanor. At that time, Genji's voice rang out throughout the hall. It was a voice calling for silence. That voice stopped the voices of idle chatter, and everyone turned to face Genji.
今宵復活を遂げましたる我らが黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ教のご入場でございます。皆様拍手をもってどうかお迎えください。
Yeah! When Genji began to applaud, it quickly spread through the guests and became thunderous applause. And the Golden Witch appeared at the top of the large staircase. She gracefully waved her hand as she slowly descended the staircase, with her preferred furniture in tow. The goat nobles offered unanimous words of celebration in some long-forgotten language. Did you ever play any strategy games?
Like
Real-time strategy? Like Total War?
No.
Okay. That's what in Rome Total War, the guy that narrates for the Gauls has like a really funny line that mentions goats. And those with whom she was closely acquainted embraced her, filled with joy at their reunion. As the witch offered greetings of reunion, the witch's furniture followed behind her the whole time. There was a chain around its neck. This was gripped in the witch's hand, like it was a trained dog. The chain wasn't there to restrain it. The only purpose of the restraining device was to injure the furniture's dignity. It wasn't permitted to wear anything else on its body. Oh, Battler, no! One of the young woman goats mixed in with the goat nobles, softly removed her goat mask as the furniture passed in front of her, and spoke with eyes that had no light in them. Berncastel? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
That face looked like it belonged to a long-haired young girl. Oh my god.
Oh,
I thought that would,
You thought it would...
yeah.
You trying to do this? Get wrecked, Battler.
That is, wow. That's iconic right there.
The goat mask. Butterflies. Goats.
All the frickin' goats.
これはようこそおいでよ。わらわの家具を気に入られたか？いい趣味ね。
Good taste. After saying only that, the witch called Berncastel once again put on her goat mask, and was swallowed up in the shadows of the other tall goats.
負け惜しみを悔しがってるのよ。
違いないな。
The young women goats giggled, and the witch once again let out a high-pitched laugh.
今宵はわらわのためによく集まってくれた。久々に古今東西の旧友たちが集う魔女の宴を存分に楽しもうではないか。さあ、今宵を食い明かし、飲み明かし、すすり明かし、食いちぎり明かして、とことん楽しもうではないか。
Slurp all night.
Icky pulpy glurp.
Ugh, that makes me incredibly uncomfortable.
時計を見よ。終わりの時間と始まりの時間が溶け合う時を指すぞ。魔女の宴を始めよう。
When the witch proclaimed the beginning of the banquet, the large clock pointed to 24 hours, 2400, and the sound of a bell began to ring out loudly.
さあ、今こそ黄金の扉を。
Sorry for cutting you off, Beativice. All at once, the butterflies leafed in gold flew all around the inside of the room. Amidst the golden storm and the brilliant gold-colored light, the cross-section joining this world and a different world was cut open.
It's the Golden Land!
Amidst the gods' delighted voices, the mansion of the human world and the mansion of those not human overlapped. And in the form of golden butterflies, all those folk who praised the resurrection of the Golden Witch poured out of the depths of hell. It was a golden tornado. A rondo of the witch in reasoning. Or golden demons. Come, tonight we will put aside rank. Throw open the wine cellar, drop the snake's head into the liquor pot, throw cows and chickens into the furnace alive, drink and eat and sing and dance, sneer and kill and desecrate and degrade.
This guy.
This fucking guy. Oh, Kinzo, you're a mess. This voice actor must have had so much frickin' fun voicing this role.
I want to know what he was on.
Yeah. The goat nobles were suddenly crushing in around Kinzo, almost like they were kids demanding the autograph of some famous movie star. There were two differences. First, they were witches, not kids. And second, what the witches demanded were not autographs. Are they, like, eating him? Kinzo began to drown in the sea of goat nobles. Only Kinzo's laughing voice echoed throughout the area. It was a grand mixture of laughter and his death throes. And Kinzo became wine and meat and bread. An aroma if slurped, a rich taste if gnawed, and pleasant to tear to bits. The voice of his death throes lingered on sweetly, and adorned with melted chocolate and silver drages, it would make a wonderful dessert. If you took the bones home, you could also use them for a soup, and the remains could even become toys for the children to play with. And they could also become good tools for fortune-telling that always gave misfortune. That entire scene was watched by the piece of furniture. It was all fantastical. It was all demonic. Was the quaking of its heart, which should have been paralyzed, proof that it could still feel fear? Just then, its knees buckled, and the furniture's body tumbled into the center of the carpet. Because the witch had kicked those knees from behind, excuse me.
ひざまずき敬意を示せ。額を絨毯にこすりつけて己神の癒しさを示す。両手を後ろで組み血肉のすべてをわらわに捧げることを誓え。
The piece of furniture let out a painful voice. Fear is the most primal emotion humans have. Was that emotion reviving his sense of self, which should already have been killed?
まだまだわらわの家具にはふさわしくないか。よい、じっくりそなたを。わらわ好みに。そしてわらわにのみふさわしい家具に仕上げてやる。今のそなたにできるのは、せいぜい客人の方々を楽しませることくらいか。
The good nobles were surrounding the cowering furniture. It seemed that their blazing, blood-red eyes couldn't hide their ecstasy at this new young food that they had been given. And from their mouths, from which protruded countless ugly teeth, saliva, or maybe the traces of meat and wine that they had just eaten, dribbled down.
I think what he meant is F in the chat.
F's in the chat, everyone. To pay respects. As a piece of furniture let out a wild scream, it retreated, still sitting on its backside. But the circle of goat nobles was closing in. And the piece of furniture looked at the witch's face. It stared at her face one final time, believing that because it had submitted to the witch, she would show it some mercy. But there was nothing but scorn on the witch's face, and she wasn't even facing it anymore. The witch went off to greet an honored guest with whom she had crossed gazes. The goat nobles looked down upon the furniture. They were, in fact, waiting. Just like how one must remove the cork in order to drink champagne, before bringing the offering served at the banquet to their mouths, they were waiting for just one of those.
A bottle opener?
A battler opener? That's a good episode name.
Battler opener.
Of course, the furniture didn't know what that was, but it would come out of his mouth all by itself. In the same way there is always a pop when the cork is removed, it too would certainly leave his mouth.
A scream.
A scream. It was a sign that the modest banquet at which he was to be served had begun.
I'd like to see this animated.
I would too. I really would. Just kind of have to use your imagination. Kapupko yokoga
F's in the chat.
Seriously. Well,
Here we go!
by now, the rose garden was a garden of roses and gold. A gold-colored garden where gold butterflies, gold fairies, gold lizards rampaged and flew about wildly.
Maria, 早く走って早く早く早く
Holding onto the gun and the blanket wrapping the ingot, Rosa ran at a speed Maria couldn't catch up with, sometimes pausing to call out at Maria to run faster. Therefore, she saw it every time. She saw the golden pursuers chasing them from the mansion. The mass of gold butterflies was chasing after them like a massive crawling hand, and horrifyingly strange-looking shadowy figures with goat heads were chasing after them. There was no need for her to strain her eyes, because those blazing pupils told her what would happen if she was captured. Maria tripped over. Rosa, ashamed that for just an instant she had entertained thoughts of abandoning her daughter and running away, kicked back against the ground and instantly reversed direction. As Rosa's own child tried to stand, the goat head that had sprinted over to get the first bite grabbed a fistful of her hair and pulled her up from the back. Oh. Rosa rammed into the goat head with her shoulder, spun, bashed the back of her elbow into the goat's jaw, and buried her knee into its protruding chest. and she thrust the barrel of the gun inside the goat head's mouth as it doubled over from the pain in its gut.
私の目の前でマリアに指一本触れてみろ。元来た地獄が生ぬるかったことを教えてやるよ。
That's hot. The blast from the 45 caliber long Colt bullet exploded inside the goat head's throat, and its medulla oblongata was instantly pulverized. I'm surprised I got that. I thought I was going to trip over that. The goat head couldn't understand. It had thought that women were like already opened. Oh. Jeez, I'm so sorry. It had thought that women were like already opened wine bottles. It had thought that they were wine bottles and that turning them upside down would immediately cause their deep red contents to come out. Released, Maria flung her arms around Rosa.
Run, you idiots.
But the pursuers were still coming. They could see the giant goat heads, who had given up even pretending to be human, running towards them from across the rose bushes. Rosa spilled several extra bullets which had been in the pocket of her coat all over the place and told Maria to pick them up.
マリア、ママがもし倒れたら、あなたは走りなさい。海岸へ行くの。そして泳いで泳いで泳ぎなさい。この島のどこにも生き延びることのできる場所はない。やだ、ママと一緒。
She's shooting Maria.
No.
Rosa's gun roared 4 times, but even though she really did land 4 shots in the chest of the massive approaching goat, it didn't even flinch. The goat ran with a violent vigor, as though it planned to crush Rosa and Maria with its massive body. Rosa grasped the blanket with the ingot in both hands.
Drop the fucking ingot!
And she herself sprinted at the goat, dragging the ingot along behind her, without even an ounce of fear of that strange-looking giant. If it's to protect my daughter, I'll overcome even hell. Rosa's roar. The goat head's roar. The terribly heavy ingot, after picking up a terrible centrifugal force and speed, slammed into the goat head's cranium.
Okay, don't drop the ingot.
Rosa pulled a fountain pen from her pocket, but she held it crooked. She placed it in her palm, in the gap between her middle finger and her ring finger, so that it stuck out where she made a fist, almost like it was a stinger growing out.
Is she a fucking assassin?
Oh my god! She jabbed that stinger into the left eye of the goat head as its head toppled forward. She is just going ham on these dudes.
What did she do for a job?
Was the goat head's roar a scream? But Rosa's roar was different. She pulled back her fist and slammed it into the fountain pen that was still sticking into the goat's head. Oh! The pointed tip was gouged destructively into the depths of its head. As I grabbed the gun Maria had thrown... Okay, we're at I now? We're in first-person perspective? As I grabbed the gun that Maria had thrown, I finally heard the thunderous crash of the giant tumbling to earth. However, at the same time, I saw the goat head pursuers on the other side of the rose bushes increase in number. I've gained some distance, more than enough now. Holding onto the gun and the blanket wrapped around the ingot, I once again ran with Maria. Why am I running with the gun in my right hand and the gold in my left? Why don't I free one hand and grasp Maria's hand? I can't let go of the gun that protects my body. I can't let go of the gold that protects my future. And yet I would let go of the hand of my daughter, who is my very future? Run. 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 She got out of the rose garden and began to run down the staircase through the grove of trees. But Rosa knew. This path through the grove was only turning and twisting many times to make it seem long. She tore straight through it. She had always played here since she was a kid, so she knew. To the beach, to the beach, to the sea, to the sea, to the sea. And after reaching the sea, nothing to do but swim, swim, swim. If Maria can't swim, I'll carry her as I swim. There is nothing but death on this island. As she raced down the stairs, she took a bad step. A violent pain ran up her left ankle and her mind went completely blank. Rosa fell down several stairs and stared in shock at her ankle, which was bent at an odd angle. Ugh. And the blanket with the ingot wasn't there. She had let go of it the instant she fell, and it had disappeared somewhere into the darkness. Only the gun was left. The tremors in the earth were getting closer. It was only a matter of time before the goat heads flooded in. She didn't want to imagine how many there would be, or how strange they would look. The lightly dancing gold pursuers arrived. The gold butterflies surrounded Rosa and Maria, sparkling and clamoring as though saying, "The prize is here, the prize is here." Rosa couldn't even try to get up. The violent pain from her broken ankle was so great that she couldn't ignore it, even in her last moments. What am I doing? I had the gold. It would have been worth several million yen. I might have been able to start over with that. And yet I fell, lost it. And that's not all. My own life is in danger. Even Maria's life is in danger. What has my life been? I was born in an incomprehensible house, with an irritating older brother and sister since the day I was born. What did I do? No matter what I did or didn't do, I was always in trouble and bullied and made fun of. What has my life been? The roar inside Rosa's heart shriveled away and disappeared. It disappeared when she listened to Maria's crying voice as her daughter sobbed and clung onto her.
マリア、ママはちょっと用事を思い出したの。先に行っててちょうだい。やだ。ママと一緒がいい。ママが死んじゃ嫌だ。マリアはこんな悪いママでもママと一緒がいいと言ってくれるの。ママと一緒がいい。ママと一緒がいい。あなたのことを一番にしているように見せて、いつもあなたのことを後回しにしてきた。運動会に行った、授業参観に行った。でもいつもママは世間体のことばかりで、あなたが人目にいなかった。こんなママとでもあなたは一緒にいたいというの。こんな悪いママなのに。ねえママ、知ってる？世界にママは一人しかいないんだよ。いいママも悪いママもいない。ただママが一人いるだけなの。だからマリアは世界でたった一人ママがいてくれればいい。そしてママにとってたった一人のマリアになりたいの。機嫌が良くて甘やかしたいマリアと邪魔だからいてほしくないマリアは別人じゃないの。マリアもたった一人のマリアなの。だから怖いママも優しいママも一緒。マリアにはたった一人のママなの。私はなんてバカだったの。黄金なんかいらなかった。ただあなただけの手を引いていればよかった。私はなんてバカなママだったの。
The shadows of the goats covered the sky even more than the trees of the forest. Their roars blotted out the world with fear. Rosa, still hugging Maria, readied her gun with one hand.
マリア、一緒に行こう。ずっと一緒よ。ママが迷わないようにずっと一緒に。すぐに会えるよ。ずっと一緒だよ。黄金鏡で会えるよ。そしたら一緒に遊ぶの。狼と羊のパズルで遊ぶの。ママはまだ1問しか解いてないけど、マリアは全部解いちゃったんだよ。だからマリアが出題してあげる。
She had brought that as a birthday present, and then hadn't played with it after with Maria after that night.
遊ぼうね。約束する。
Those eyes, sparkling like red-hot lava, looked just like a group of fireflies. They danced, closed in, and attacked.
マリアが込めてくれた銃弾を食らいたいやつから前へ出ろよ。うわ
Hey, new trophy. Ooh. Yeah. So, that happened.
That's what I was gonna say. Jeez.
Wow.
Well, now we have the tea party.
Oh boy. Okay. Purgatorio. Am I up or are you up?
Already.
Another game lost.
Rosa woke up from her doze. It must have been a very deep sleep. Her mind was fuzzy and she wasn't thinking clearly. Where was she? It felt like some mansion, but at least it didn't seem to be the Ushiromiya family mansion. She was in a room that looked like a parlor. And there was some tea that had been prepared. It had almost certainly been prepared for her. Sparkles, like gold leaf, were dancing around the room, and it looked very dreamlike. She eventually realized that they were gold butterflies, which made that stand out even more. There was someone across from her, a female, a lady, the witch of the portrait.
Oh yeah.
Ushiromiya Maria, missing. In the Golden Land, she learned that her mama still loves her.
Satisfied for now.
Missing. Ushiromiya Rose. In the Golden Land, she finally found a treasure more precious to her than gold. However, that was short-lived. Thanks to the idiot, she would once again have to lose that which she had finally found.
Afterwards, she was chewed into a pulp by demons and went to hell. What was the... Can you go back to that?
What?
Why is there a missing thing next to Kyrie? What is that?
Where's Badler? Badler's not there.
Oh.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Do we have... Alright.
Yeah, no Battler. That's weird.
The witch of the portrait. She looked like she was having a one-sided conversation. She was probably talking to Ruza. But Ruza's mind was clouded up by a deep fog, and she didn't have a clue about what was being said.
何でもいい。そなたが望むものがあるなら、そのすべてを与え、その強運への褒美と思うもよかろうし、そなたにとって全く大したことではないかもしれない。しかしわらわにとって、それだけ意味がある取引だということだ。
What is she talking about? I don't know. I don't know.
せっかくわらわは魔女なのだから魔女にしか叶えられない願いを求めるのがせっかくの機会ではないこの黄金のベアトリーチェから恩恵を得られるのだ
Finally, Rosa started to feel the blood flowing through her body. Her movements were still sluggish, and she couldn't even voice the words she was thinking.
わらわの通り名は黄金の魔女金蔵に与えたように山なす黄金を与えることは造作もない何しろ人の世の快楽はすべて金で換算できるすなわち 黄金こそが人の世の快楽そのものなのだ。そなたは想像ができるか？生涯をかけても使い切れぬ黄金の山が。
The witch blew on her pipe, and seven colors of smoke covered the area. When she did, the inside of the parlor had suddenly become filled with stacks of gold ingots. It looked like a shining gold-colored wall. If each ingot was worth tens of millions of yen. How much would all of this be worth?
Sounds like, what Kinzo got.
It seems sinful to even think of that number.
しかし人の世は難しい。どれほど空高く積み上げた黄金であろうとも満たされぬものがあることを知っている。埋められぬ隙間があることを知っている。わらわはそれをないがしろにしないし、それこそが魔女であるわらわにしか与えられぬ褒美であると考えている。そなたのそれを。なるほど、これはいい。わらわにしか与えられぬものだ。そなたもさぞや喜ぼう。口にせずともよい。そなたの心の隙間など顔に書いてあるからすぐにわかるぞ。
Rosa felt a touch of discomfort at this witch, who kept on talking even though she had not herself uttered a single word. But since she still couldn't speak very well and found it difficult to even move a finger, she could do nothing about it, and was unable to do anything but listen.
そなたの深き心の傷はどこまで遡れば癒せるのか。これは深い。時に破片を飲み込んだまま傷口が閉じてしまうこともある。そういう傷は見た目には癒えていても永遠にうずきを感じ続けるものだ。完全に治すために今一度傷口を開くこともあろう。
As the witch spoke, she was staring deep into Rosa's eyes. What in the world was she peering at? Rosa felt uncomfortable, but she couldn't look away.
そなたの痛みはすでに生まれながらにして運命づけられたものか。これはなんともつらいもの。言わずともよい。わかるわかる。
Gradually, Rosa in turn was drawn into the witch's eyes. Gradually, the world grew dark, spinning round and round as she was sucked in.
ローザ、ローザ、どうしてお前はそんなにバカなのか。
Oh, that's Cross Nissan's voice. Cross Nissan is very grown up, so he's very smart. So he hated the stupid kid, Rosa. And he was a very scary person, and I was often hit, and my toys were taken away from me and broken. He would say it was a punishment because I did something bad, but I didn't really understand what that was or why I was being punished. I was always punished suddenly, and then after the fact I was told in a contrived manner that it was a punishment for something or other. But it was always something I didn't remember doing, so I really hated Cross Nissan.
ローザ、ローザ、どうしてお前はそんなにバカなのか。
Oh, that's Ava Nissan's voice. Ava Nissan is very grown up, so she's very smart.
Haven't heard that in a while.
So she hated the stupid kid Rosa. And she was a very sly person, and I was often lied to, tricked, and bullied a lot. She would say it was because I was stupid, and that it was only natural for a stupid person to be swindled by those smarter than them. So I wanted to become a wise person like Ava Nissan and listen to what she had said, but when I obeyed her, for some reason, someone always got really mad at me. So I really hated Ava Nissan.
ローズ、ローズ、どうしてお前はそんなにバカなのか。
Oh, that's Rudolph Nissan's voice. Rudolph Nissan is very shrewd, so he hated the stupid kid Rosa. When Cross Nissan was around, he was friendly with Cross Nissan.
When Ava Nason was around, he was friendly with Ava Nason. And when Kraus Nason wasn't around, he was violent like Kraus Nason. And when Ava Nason wasn't around, he played dirty like David Nason. And even though he too was bullied most of the time, when Kraus Nason and Ava Nason weren't around, he gave me 2 people's worth of bullying. So I really hated Rudolph Nason. Oh, but these are my memories from when I was a kid. Quite a lot of unfair things happen when you're a kid, and you can't drag them out forever. In time, you can bury them away in the far reaches of memory and forget about them, bit by bit. That is supposed to happen that is supposed to be what it means to grow up and become an adult. So becoming an adult is the same thing as separating yourself from all those memories, and so, no matter how much time passed, Rosa couldn't become an adult. Even though she had been blessed with a daughter called Maria and was called a mother, she didn't at all feel like she had become an adult. The witch pitied that, and she smiled, saying that she could heal the pain herself.
どうやって癒すのか可能ではあるが簡単ではない。時間を巻き戻し、そなたに兄と姉がいなかった世界を与えることもできよう。しかしそれでは、そなたは兄と姉に苦しめられた記憶が残らず、故にそれをもって褒美であると言われても納得はできない。上は癒してこそ満たされる。上そのものをなかったことにしても誰も感謝しない。日々の飽食に感謝する若者がいないようにわかるか？
I think she just told me something really difficult. In short, even if she makes it so that I never had any elder siblings, the pain wouldn't be removed. Maybe that's what she's saying. Strictly speaking, it's different. Healing isn't the same thing as removing pain. It's the pleasure earned for withstanding pain. Therefore, there can be no healing without pain. To know the joy of healing, you have to know the pain.
そなたの痛みに報いる喜びがある。そなたは苦難の過去を誇っている。苦難を知らぬ者には味わいの快楽を知る資格があるからだ。この快楽を知る者は同じ喜びを他者にも与えずにはいられなくなる。
The witch snapped her fingers, and even though the room was still filled with a mountain of gold, and it was already like something from another world, a fabulous tablecloth appeared on top of the table. And wonderful cooking was laid out, almost as though it was the opening of a banquet in a castle from some fairy tale. For an instant, Rosa felt a pleasurable surprise at how fabulous it was, but at the same time, she felt a bit of an anticlimax, because she found herself thinking that being bullied by her siblings couldn't be wiped away by just one meal, no matter how delicious.
人の快楽の多くを占める。生涯生き続ける限り豚のように食い続けなくてはならない。一食で足りなければいくらでもその心の痛みが癒えるまで美食の宴を続けようではないか。
I do not like this.
始めろ。
At all.
家具ども。
As the witch clapped twice, there were suddenly goat-head servants there, and they began to prepare the meal.
Is she gonna be eating Kraus, Ava, and Rudolph?
From the beautiful food dishes adorning the table, they efficiently took some food and began to pile it up on Rosa's plate.
Yeah, no, that's definitely...
It really did look delicious, but Rosa's body still felt as heavy as lead, and there was no way she could eat. Maybe they also understood that. The goat-head servants tied a napkin around Rosa's collar and gallantly brought a glass before dinner alcohol to her mouth and even tilted it for her. She remembered an old servant who had once carried rice porridge to her mouth when she was laid up with a high fever. She couldn't drink it well and it dripped down from her mouth, but she felt the fragrant sweetness spread throughout her mouth.
ドイツ産の寄付ワインにあやかった甘きアペリティフよ。白ワインを赤きゴールデンドロップで染めた名付けるならばブラッディ・クラウス。そなたの兄を圧搾機にかけて絞り出したそのゴールデンドロップだけで染めてある。
Knew it couldn't last. Knew it couldn't last. How to heal you.
Rosa coughed violently,
Heal my
and the bright
ass.
red that stained her face made it look as though she had coughed up blood.
そなたは紅茶に詳しかろうから意味がわかろう。ゴールデンドロップとは最後の一滴のことだ。 紅茶で最も貴重な一滴と言われている。そして血のゴールデンドロップも同じ。人間から絞り出せる血液の貴重なる最後の一滴、あれにて絞る。
As the witch snapped her fingers, a bright red veil was pulled off something large which had not been there moments ago. The solemn, massive machine there was just like a coffin for a large-sized person, with many large bulb-like things stuck to it, and it looked like a sinister torture device. By its unnerving shape, you could tell that it used manpower to tighten and compress something. And it seemed that there was still some squeezed dregs remaining inside, because of the bright red remains that stained it.
しかしゴールデンドロップは一度に一滴しか取れぬ。どんな人間からも一滴以上は取れぬというわけだ。しかしわらわは魔女、人を蘇らせることも。
When the witch snapped her fingers, suddenly the human compressor began to shake. No, you could also hear a groan.
Oh my god.
It looked almost as though someone had been sleeping in that man-sized coffin, had woken up and was now struggling to get out. But that was wrong. What was inside had definitely been squeezed dregs. Using her magic, the witch had once again revived the squeezed dregs to how they had been before they were squeezed. The three goat-head servants with muscular physiques approached the compressor and forcefully started tightening the large bulbs. As they did, an unearthly moan came from inside the coffin. Rosa thought she knew the owner of that voice. Look at that smirk.
それを集め、それほどに赤く染めるには何十人分も絞らなければならない。
The witch had definitely said that only one golden drop could be taken from a single human, and yet she had dozens of people's worth of golden drops from a single human. Only a witch could do this. The golden witch Beatrice could kill a single human endlessly. In other words, before Beatrice, even death did not mean release.
この男に殴られて口中に滲んだ血を飲み込んだ日を忘れたか。そうそう、あの味を思い出せ。こぼし尽くして枯れ果てた涙の味を思い出せ。その悔しき思い出を癒して足りるアペリティブであると信じた。
Once again, the goat-head servants tilted the deep red glass against her mouth. Rosa attempted to close her lips in resistance, but the deep red liquid was relentlessly poured into her mouth, which was hanging open with shock, and the inside of her mouth was filled with a ghastly sweetness. It was definitely a fragrant sweetness. Her brother, who she thought of so hatefully, and who had made her soak her pillow so many times, had died dozens of times over to tinge this wine crimson, so it must have tasted sweet. But Rosa tried to spit it out. Because of that, the deep red wine that spilled out of Rosa's mouth made her look like as she was covered in blood. If this ghastly substance was only the aperitif, Rosa couldn't help but feel uncomfortable about what would happen if this banquet continued.
それは旬の野菜による二枚舌のサラダ風だ。お前がいつか食いちぎってやりたいと9歳の誕生日の時に願った。エヴァの舌で作った念願のサラダよ。
Nice.
When Rosa heard the true nature of the pink-colored meat piled up in the salad, she had a sudden impulse to vomit her guts out. Furthermore, the goat servant stuck a fork in it and carried it to Rosa's mouth.
姉の二枚舌のお味はどうか。さぞや柔らかくとろけるで。
How sweet, soft, and enchanting it must have tasted in her mouth. After all, Ava's lies were always sweet, and young Rosa had always listened to them. So you could say that the taste of the stimulating pepper seasoning that had been expressed details of those lies well. Rosa spat out the tongue salad that kept being pushed in her mouth, covering it with saliva. But the goat-head servants carefully returned it to the plate and carried it into Rosa's mouth over and over again.
そのサラダにはエヴァの舌を5枚も惜しげなく使っている。舌は1人から1枚しか奪えん。しかしわらわなら何度でも奪える。
As Rosa's tears dripped down, she resisted, half crazed. However, the only way she could resist was by refusing to swallow. Even if she didn't swallow it, the taste of the French dressing increasingly violated Rosa's mouth.
お気に召さぬか？まだまだ料理は続くぞ。ルドルフの顔の皮で包んだ続きの脳みそを茹でたスープにデザートにも期待せよ。兄弟だけではないぞ。お前が信頼しにもかかわらず裏切った人間たちをふんだんに調理したこの宴。
How is this healing?
心が満足するまで永遠に続けようではないか。
It's twisted.
嬉しいだろう。後ろ宮ローザ。
Rosa.
You know, the funny thing is, the funny thing is,
Yes.
she actually is happy. She found a treasure both precious gold and gold.
嫌がるふりなんかするなよ。本当は嬉しいって言ってるんだぜ。笑いたくば笑えばいい。ムカつく兄貴や姉貴の悲鳴の生演奏がないとご機嫌になれないってんならいくらでも聞かせてやる。いいんだよ、いやいやで。それがお前の性分なんだ。本当は全身が泡立つほどに嬉しいんだよ。
Good Lord.
なのに表向きは苦しんでるふりをしてるだけなんだよな。
Nah, Rosa.
ここにはお前が気にする世間体も対面も何にもない。存分の大笑いして食い散らかせよ。最高の宴だろ。後ろ見やろうぜ。
Yamaro.
Yamaro.
すまぬすまぬ。デザ
Oh
ート
no.
を驚かそうと思って内緒にしていたが、や
It's
はり
Maria.
明かしておこ
It's Maria, isn't it?
う。明かせばフルコースを食べ遂げようという励みにもなるだろう。
Unless it's Kinzo.
デザートはお前が愛しているふりをし続けなければならない愛娘マリアとリンゴの
Oh no!
Maria and apples.
Maybe that's what Kenzo made up then about apples.
Oh shit.
うまそうだろ。こいつを食べればお前は全てから解放され
Oven
る。
baked Maria.
自由だよ。
That is,
自由。やっとローザという一人の人間として自由を得るんだよ。嬉しいだろ。嬉しいはずさ。よだれが垂れてるぜ。鏡を見てみろよ。
Suddenly, a muscular goat-head cook was holding Maria under his arm. As Maria gazed at Rosa with a face that was just slightly sad.
ママ、マリアのこと邪魔だった？邪魔じゃない。
As Rosa spat out the food that was continually being carried in her mouth, as she was covered with mess and saliva and blood, she resisted filthily and screamed.
ママがマリアのこと邪魔ならマリア食べられても平気。
Oh.
だってマリアはいつもママにひどいことばかり。ママが男の人を連れてくる時も静かにできなかった。ママが男の人とお泊まりしてくる時寂しくて暴れてお部屋を台無しにした。勝手に探しに行って迷子になって警察のお世話になってママに恥をかかせた。
Ooh.
何日も帰ってこなくて泣いちゃって近所の人に慰めてもらってママに恥をかかせた。
Didn't come home for days.
ママの迷惑になってる。生まれてきてごめんなさい。だからマリアはママのために美味しいリン
Oh,
ゴの
what the
オーブン
fuck,
焼き。
man?
そしたらママに初めてマリアがいてよかったっ
My
て
God.
思ってもらえるかな。マリアを食べて美味しかったって思ってもらえるかな。
美味しいよね。感類にむせべよ。娘がここまで行ってるぜ。 マナ娘とリンゴのオーブン焼きなんて最高のデザート。これだけ美味しい食材に育てられるなんてあんた最高の母親だぜ。後ろ宮ローズ。
Rules!
ママ、今までありがとう。バイバイ。
Oh.
待ってマリア、違うの。もうやめて、もうやめて。こんなの嫌。私はこんなこと望んでない。もうやめて、もう許して。いややめて。口に入れないで。
我がもてなしに満足してもらえたか。ならばそなたには認めてもらおう。わらわが魔女であることを宣言せよ。後宮ローザをベアトリーチェを魔女と認めると宣言せよ。
I get it.
認めます。後宮ローザベアトリーチェを魔女だと。だから何を返して私を。
ついに認めさせたぞ。小賢しきバトラはすでに屈服し、黄金鏡に招かれながらわらわを否定する愚か者ローザにも認めさせた。完璧。It's perfect.
It's perfect!
成し遂げたぞ。完璧な勝利を。
Victory Royale.
Not so fast, Fates
さあ
Ricci.
マリアを連れて行け。ローザに美味なオーブン焼きを振る舞ってやれ。
うまそうだな。
Yes!
俺にはてめえが
Yo! No fucking way. No fucking way. Oh, that is absolutely perfect. Wow. I mean, kind of misogynistic, but also hilarious as shit.
その声は。
What do we want, cow tits? When do we want them now?
Now.
An arm grabbed the back of the witch's head and smashed her face into the table.
Oh my god.
As it did, the witch broke into pieces, turned into a group of gold butterflies that are formed into her body a short distance away.
How is he?
バトラ貴様家具となって魂まで屈服していたはず。
そのつもりだったんだがな。てめえの趣味の悪いレシピに耳を貸してるうちに来ちまったよ。魔女の丸焼きが食いたくなってしまったのさ。
ナイス。
それからマリア、自分を食べてなんてセリフは10年早えぜ。ただし10年経ったら必ず俺に
What? Oh, wait, I'm so confused. What does that mean?
I don't know.
待たせたな。どうぞおばさん。俺は忘れてたぜ。こいつは俺とこの女の一騎打ちだったんだ。俺が屈するわけには断じていかなかったんだ。ローザおばさんが粘ってくれたおかげで再び戦う気力を取り戻せたぜ。
This man, he was broken to the depths of the soul and capitulated to me. I see. He doesn't know when to give up. Just what I expect from Ushiro Kinzo's grandson. So the chick of a phoenix is a phoenix after all.
威勢が良い。気に入った。そうでなくてはな。わらわの期待する後ろ宮バトラとはわらわを否定してみろ。そしてそれをわらわは完膚なきまでに叩き潰す。 何度でも屈服させてやろうぞ。一度靴を舐めたそなたに何度でも敗北の味を教え込んでやる。
上等だぜこの後ろ宮バトラ。泥を吸ってでも立ち上がる男だってことを教えてやる。俺は喧嘩で無敵だった試しはね、何度か負けてる。だがな、必ず泥を吸って立ち上がる。そして必ず蹴りをつける。男の喧嘩はな、負けを認めない限りどれだけ叩きのめされようと負けじゃねえんだよ。一本取られただけで俺が参ると思うなよ。楽しませてやるぜベアトリーチャー。
Oh, I love it.
受けて立とうぞ後ろ宮バトラー。家具ども、次なるゲームの準備を始めよ。その間に貴様にはたっぷりと聞かせてもらおうではない。こたびのゲームでは密室も多いぞ。そなたの逃げ工場のほとんどをわらわが赤で叩き潰した。その上でさらにどのようなへりくつで言い逃れてみせるのか。礼拝堂の鍵、ジェシカの部屋の鍵、使用人室の鍵。
Oh, fuck. Using all those things you humans are so good at pulling out of the blue, your delusions, rantings, daydreams, bluffs, all slanted with a ridiculously incredible turn of events, and show how you can thoroughly deny me.
Can't you click on it and read the voice
Oh.
line? Or
Can I?
does it play the voice line?
If it does.
礼拝
Ah! Yay!
使用人室
Yeah, that's right.
客間の鍵。お前らのお得意な奇想天外、妄想暴言空想はったり、とんでも超展開斜め上でわらわをとことん否定してみせろよ。
Perfect.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Oh, shit. I was trying to get a screenshot of that.
Is that it? That's the end of the tea party?
Maybe.
Just him pointing? Was there dialogue there?
No, it was just him pointing.
Oh, okay. Wow, okay. So he can manage to come back then and keep fighting? I thought...
Oh.
New song.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've heard the instrumental version of this before. Just Mugi Hito? No, no last name? Or first name? Lucifer.
Trying to see if these song lyrics have any significance.
Oh, I wasn't even really paying attention to them. Guess I should. Do you know the name of this song?
I have no idea. Oh, Melody.
Just Melody?
Yeah. Because the version that plays in the game is called Melody Instrumental.
Oh, okay.
That was the song that Jessica sang.
Yeah.
The episode 1 ending theme was very fitting to episode 1, and this takes a very different tone from that. The episode 1 was more of like more like an epic theme, and this is more of like thought-provoking, kind of.
Yeah.
Mysterious.
This is
darker.
kind of like, yeah, kind of like thought-provoking, kind of like, suspenseful, maybe a little bit. Yeah, I think mysterious is probably actually best. I don't even remember what the episode 1 ending song was.
That was the tea party. Now it's time for the question mark.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Hello. Oh, there it goes.
Just let it happen.
Hello.
There we go. It has been added.
Do you want to read, or should I read the question mark?
Either or. I'm fine with whatever you want to do. The tea party was a little short, so like if you want to read,
Sure, I shall. Welcome to the tea party of the unknown.
Let's see what's in store for us.
No. No. No.
ここまで一方的なワンサイドゲームだと見応えを通り越して退屈よ。
これは相変わらずお点が辛い。退屈を愛さないベルンカステル教にふさわしい迫力ある展開だったと自負していただけに、これは敵。
迫力についてはまあ認めるの。ただフェアなゲームとしてはひどいものね。もう少し対等な条件でないと。
勝ち目がないと言われるベルンカステル教に。
どういう意味かしら、ベアト。
ごまかさなくてもよい。すでに知っておるぞ、そなたは傍観者でないことを隠し通せているつもりか。そなたは人の領地まではるばるやってきて、わらわの逆の目に張る不届き者よ。わらわのゲームを傍観するつもりでいて、わらわの敗北に厚く張っておるのだろう。図星であろう。だった実に面白い。
So now we have some gambling going on?
Yeah.
あのラムダデルタ教を退けた最強の魔女ベルンカステル教と戦える機会を賜れるとは本当に愉快よ。
ええ、私も愉快よ。そこまで自信満々のあなたがボロボロに負けるところが見たくてはるばるやってきたんだもの。
なんと素直なお人なのか。それにしてもわらわと大ベルンカステル教との対決、ただの一人の感染者もなくというのはいくらなんでももったいないというの。
呼んだのね、あの子。
Oh.
A challenger approaches. A new foe has entered the fray.
見つけたわよ。ようやく見つけたわ。ベルンカステル。
Good lord.
ごきげんよ、ラムダ。あなたも暇ね。退屈を愛さない同士、再び巡り合うのは運命かしら。バカな子ね。私に勝てたのはちょっとした運と相性の問題だとどうして気づかなかったのかしら。それで天狗になってよりにもよってベアトリーチェに喧嘩を売るとは身の程知らずもいいとこね。ベアトリーチェは強いわよ。私より残酷だしね、ほんのちょびっと。あとそれと人のことを勝手にラムダって略さない。ベアトもバカね。この子はあんたのゲームであってもしっちゃかめっちゃかにするわよ。
She's got the creepy
ラム
jack-o'-lantern
ダデル
pumpkin
タ
on
教
her.
に
Yeah.
決してギャラリーとしてだけお呼びしたのでは。そなたがわらわと逆の目に張っているとお伝えしたら今日はそなたの逆の目に張ると仰せになられた。あんたまだ根に持ってるのね。
私は宇宙最強の魔女なんだから。でもあんたに負けちゃったから最強じゃないの。だからあんたと敵対する相手は誰であっても私を味方するんだから。
What a sore loser.
Yeah, really.
というわけだ。ダイベルンカステル卿が相手ならばこの程度ではハンデにもならぬだろうが、余興にはふさわしかろう。好きになさい。バレてる以上私も本格的にやらせて。それがよかろう。もとよりわらわの辞書に手加減の文字はないのだ。ラムダデルタ卿、この度の貴重な縁を。
ええ、こちらこそよろしくよ、ベアトリーチェ卿。こいつには私も散々に栄養飲まされてる。私たち2人で叩き潰して2倍でお返ししなきゃ腹の。こちらこそよろしくよ。そしてベアとどういう勝敗になろうとも、これは私たちにとって。そうね、もちろん負ける気はないけど、私たちには勝敗以上に意義がある。
何しろわらわたちは
The three witches giggled, cackled, and guffawed.
その通り。
That's the only line I've read so far.
Yeah.
ベアとやっと退屈か。せいぜい私を楽しませなさい。ラムダデルタと2人がかりでそうさせてもらうぜ。
そうと決まればベアと早速作戦会議をするわよ。その子の弱点は知り尽くしてる。それを全て伝授してあげるわ。
にもかかわらずラムダデルタ卿は親ぶれになられたと。
もう教えてあげない、教えてあげない。
The hell?
退屈しない御人であるな、ラムダデルタ卿は。でしょ、面倒をよろしくね。あれで寂しがり屋なのよ。なるほど、今流行りのなんとかというやつか。
What?
Newfangled whatchamacallits.
さすがはラムダデルタ卿。
Wait, she's one of those newfangled whatchamacallit? What does it mean? What?
I don't know.
What the fuck? I'm,
You're a newfangled whatchamacallit.
最先
Apparently.
端でおられる。もう行きなさい、あの子。あなたが追っかけてくるわ。それでは失礼しよう。また次のゲーム。ごめんなさいね。厄介なのが来たけど気にしないで。それよりひどいことになったわね。
Who are you talking to?
私もラムダとのゲームでだいぶ悲惨な末路というのを経験してきたつもりでいるけど、今回のは群を抜いてひどいわ。あなたが膝を抱いて心を閉ざしてしまう気持ちもわからなくない。こんな末路あと100年を待たずに心が殺されてしまうわ。ベアトにカンパされてしまったから白状する。今のあなたはかつてラムダの世界に囚われていた頃の過酷な運命の迷路に閉じ込められ、魔女にいいようにいたぶられている。私はそこから生まれた魔女だから、あなたの姉に当たるのかもしれない。だからあなたに力を貸そうと決めたの。しかし私の運命に比べてもあなたのそれはあまりにも無言、同情どころか涙までもらってしまいそうな、あまりに悲惨な運命よ。でもどうかくじけないで。ベアトになんか決して屈しないで。確かにあの子のゲームはあまりに卑劣。ゲーム版を少しだけ見させてもらったけど、あまりに卑劣かつ狡猾な仕掛けで、その舞台仕掛けのいやらしさは多分ラムダデルタのゲーム版のそれをはるかに上回るわ。しかも恐ろしいことに、あの子は駒を指すとき常に最善手を指しているわけではない。ここがラムダとは大きく異なると、ラムダは勝つために常に最善手で圧倒的な数の駒を指してくる。しかしベアトはたまにわざと手を抜いて駒を指してくる。困ったこ
相手の指し手から手の内を探ろうとしている私たちにとこれは非常に手強い情報のノイズ、厄介な撹乱になりうるわ。しかしチェスに例えるなら無駄な一手は相手にノイズを与えるかもしれないけれど、貴重な一手を損していることに違いはない。つまり付け入る余地はゼロじゃないってこと。あなたには信じられないだろうけども、今回のゲームもそうあれだけ圧倒的な展開に見えて、実は隙がある。つけ込ませたいかのように隙がある。それが罠なのか、こちらを試しているのかわからないけど、とにかく屈服しないで、思考を止めないで、あらゆる可能性を否定しないで。あなたが戦う意志を持ち続ける限りベアトに勝ちはない。魔女の戦いは守りが肝心よ。勝とうとするより負けないようにしなさい。認めたら負けなら断じて認めてはダメ。あなたに魔女を認めさせること、これがベアトリーチェの勝利条件の一つであることは、私もあなたの味方であると公言した以上、できる限りの力になれるようあなたも努力なさい。もしまだ膝を抱いているなら。こういう時なんて言ったかしら。ファイトおみぱ恥ずかしいわね。私がここまでしてあげたんだから早く立ち直りなさいよね。
What? 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 What?
Humans turn into witches.
Why?
Baron Castell said that she was trapped in Lambda Delta's game, and she was born from the game. And she just went back and recited something that's commonly said by, you know, Japanese school kids. You know, the fight on thing.
Yeah.
She said she was born from the game with Lambda Delta. So are humans sucked into witches' games and then become witches through that?
Witches don't exist.
Shut up. And if and if so, is Battler on his way to becoming a witch, or is it actually Maria that they're talking to right now? It would make more sense if it was Battler, but it would also make sense if it was Maria because she's already prone to this kind of stuff.
It's the risk and all, but witches don't exist, so.
I'm just putting myself out there.
本当にざまあないからありゃし。それにしても相変わらずベルンが選ぶ駒はしょぼいわね。チェスだってそうでしょ。駒が全部ポーンだったら勝ち目ゼロでしょ。駒が全部ルークやビショップだったら絶対負けやしないわ。まあ前回は私がついつい哀れになって好きな場所から駒を進めていいわよって言ったら、ベルンのやつお情けの空気も読めずに手持ちのポーンを全部入場させた状態から始めて何よあれ、あんなの負けでもなんでもないんだから。
No, of course not.
思い出しただけでもムカムカするわ。そんなわけでこの私はベルンがギャフンとする顔を見ないと腹の虫が収まらないわけ。そんなわけなんでベルンの駒のあんたがそんなざまなんで私は最高にいい気分なわけ。しかもあの子はあれでいて本当に負けず嫌いだからきっと今頃悔しくて歯ぎしりをし本当にざまあないわよ。ほらあんたも一緒に笑いなさいよ。
No thanks.
Nope.
ちょっとあんたまだ膝を抱いてるの？
No.
ベアトにちょっと本気出されたくらいで情けないったらあり？あんまり情けないからちょっとだけ力を貸してあげるわ。この宇宙最強で絶対の魔女である大ラムダデルタ教あんたの絶望的な勝率をほんのちょっぴりだけ絶対に近づけてやるわ。感謝なさい。
I thought you were helping Bates reaching, not us.
I thought
What?
so too.
ベアトリーチェはね、確 かに残酷で強力な魔女かもしれないけど、なぜか甘いからよ。あの子はあと数手でチェックメイトできる局面を作りつつ、わざと詰めない。
They keep calling her a kid.
Berncastle called her a kid too.
Yeah. So there's definitely some sort of hierarchy.
Yeah. They just all call each other kids, probably.
I think it's more than that.
辛い様々な攻め手のほぼ全てが私から見ればやりすぎの無駄もいいところ。つまりそれこそ好きでありチャンスでもあるってわけね。恐れるに値する相手じゃないでしょ。手段と目的を時に履き違え、そして割る。その結果自ら弱点を作り晒してさえいる。私のような最強の魔女から見ればなんでこんな余裕ぶったことをするのか理解。自ら勝率を下げてるね。でもまあそのせいでベルンみたいな相手を読んでかわすタイプの魔女には非常に読みが効かないから。ベルンにとっては私みたいな素直で正直なタイプはムカつくことに。まあでも私みたいな超火力タイプはベアトみたいな軽くて広い。
Why are you trying to go head on against her? I thought you were helping her.
から打ち破れちゃうわけだから相性のじゃんけんみたいなものかしら。私がパーならベアトがグー、ベルンはチョキってとこね。
Okay, I guess they're all going against each other.
どうでもいいことかしら。確かに私のパーはベルンのチョキにパーよりはるかにすごい超パーだったらチョキにだって勝てるでしょ。つまりこのラムダデルタ卿は超パーってわけ。
Super thick.
Thick with 2 C's.
少しは血色が戻ってきたみたいね。ベアトのやつローザとかいう駒をいじめて遊んでるわ。一見すると本当に趣味の悪いやつだと思うでしょ。違うのよ。あんたが立ち直って戻ってくるのを期待して時間を潰して待ってるだけなのよ。わざと憎まれるようなことをしてあんたの義憤を引き出そうという手ね。ああ、やだやだそういう子って。じゃあ私は戻るわね。あ、私があんたにちょびっとだけ力を貸したのはな。別にあんたを助けたくて力を貸した。
Oh my god, she's a tsundere too.
この宇宙最強の魔
She
女
even said soon earlier.
Yeah.
最強の座を奪われちゃったの。それで私はベルンからその座を取り戻さなくちゃならないわけだけど、もしここでベルンがベアトに負けちゃったら最強の座が今度はベアトに移っちゃうじゃない。まあ別に私はベアトから奪い返す方が楽だからいいわけだけど、ベルンは私が打ち負かす。そして最強の座も私が取り返すの。別にあんたに力を貸すわけじゃないんだからね。ベルンを泣か
We
せ
get
たら
it.
許さ
We
ない
get
から。
it.
We understand. We've been around the block once or twice. We know the
Burn, come back
know
and
the
reel her
archetype.
in.
So is this before Battler interrupts?
It would seem so.
That's the
Yes.
So he got a strict talking to from Burn and Lambda Delta, and now
Probably.
and then he comes back with renewed vigor.
Do you have any thoughts on this episode before we move on?
On the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel like it's been like months since we started the episode.
It has been a while because we started episode 1 back in October, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Or was it September?
It might have been September. Fuck.
I think it was like late September.
And what, it's
We started
January now?
episode 2 before break, right?
Yes.
So, sometime in December.
Or maybe it was November when we started episode 2.
You think?
Might have been November/December.
Oof.
2 months for an episode?
Yeah. Regardless of whether I remember everything or not, there's definitely a very, I was wondering how they were gonna make, if they were gonna redo the same kind of thing, how they were gonna make it different, how they were gonna make it interesting. And they really managed to do it with the second episode. Like, it's a very different tone, and like, I mean, some things are similar, but like, I think it was really well done the way they changed things up and the way they have slowly revealed certain things, but not actually revealed certain things. You can kind of feel like it's all converging, you know, at least in my eyes. So, and I have a lot of
Thoughts?
crackpot theories,
Crackpot theories.
but we'll see if any of those come to fruition. I doubt it.
At the end of chapter 4, I suppose we can do a kind of take a look through all like the red truths that come up and do theories as to who we thought committed the murders,
Yeah,
or if we thought a witch committed the murders,
if witches exist.
which they don't.
Yeah.
But, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed watching. We will see you back for the start of chapter 3.
Peace.